Hey, Connie! How's your weekend going?
Oh, no, here comes trouble. It's my annoying sister-in-law. My weekend was going great until you decided to message me.
Hey, come on, that's no way to talk to me. We're family now. You should be happy that your sister-in-law is messaging you. What if I wanted to go on a girl date or something?
If you invited me to something as stupid as that, I would be tempted to block you. Don't think I'm joking.
What the hell, Connie? That's being overly harsh, don't you think? Anyway, I know you're just putting up some little act. On the inside, I know you're a big softie. You're not good at hiding it.
Oh, brother. And you don't see why I find you annoying? Anyway, what do you want from me in the first place? You're interrupting a very pleasant evening.
Sorry to disturb you, grumpy Connie. There's something important I need to message you about. It's got nothing to do with something like a girl date, so don't worry. A special day is coming up for your parents. Do you know what day that is?
I don't know. The day they finally leave me alone and let me be an adult?
Not that, I'm afraid. The anniversary is coming up. How could you not know that when you're their daughter?
Hey, I'm a very busy lady. You know what type of work I'm in? I don't have time to think about things like my parents' anniversary, especially my parents' anniversary.
What do you mean by especially?
It's something so low in significance that it's not even worth putting into my calendar.
Come on, Connie. They're celebrating 30 years of marriage. That's incredible. I don't know what's in your calendar, but I'm not sure many things can top that.
The day the rubbish gets taken out tops that, to be honest. I don't get the big deal about marriage anyway, especially with anniversaries. What's so special about them anyway?
Interesting. I never thought the day would come when someone would ask me a question like that. It's obvious, isn't it? That's 30 years of love and support. For two people to remain interested in each other for that long is impressive.
Doesn't sound so impressive to me. The amount of money my husband and I make is a lot more impressive than that. We've been married together for a while as well. You don't see us bragging about it.
I don't think your parents are particularly bragging about it either, Connie. Jeez, what is up with you anyway? So much negativity over something so positive.
Just like you, messaging me right now, that marriage is something that I don't want plaguing my mind right now.
I didn't know you felt so strongly about it. Good to know, I guess. So the thing I wanted to talk to you about was actually doing something for them for their anniversary. Your brother and I are thinking of surprising them with a trip overseas. We're going to send them to France.
No way! You're going to send them to France? Oh, that place is wasted on those two. They're already old as old can be. They don't need that excitement. If you really care about giving them something good for their anniversary, find a good nursing home for them. You'd save them trouble and they would be better off for it.
That's a horrible idea. Connie, why wouldn't France be a good selection for them? It's the city of love, isn't it? They're celebrating love, so it's quite fitting, actually.
You know what, Sarah, do whatever you want. It's your money at the end of the day. I don't know why I'm fretting so much about it. It's got nothing to do with me.
Well, actually, that's exactly why I'm messaging you. I don't see why this should just be me contributing to their travels. I think you should chip in as well.
Me? Why me?
Weren't you just bragging to me about how much money you make just a couple seconds ago? It wouldn't even be a minor inconvenience for you, so what issue do you have with contributing to their holiday?
Hey, don't get the wrong idea. Just because we make money doesn't mean we just spend it on whatever. We're very careful with how we use it.
You don't seem that careful. I remember seeing you walking around with 5 designer bags the other day. What's up with that? Surely you don't need that many. All in one day, too?
What does that mean to prove? Each of those bags were carefully selected. I didn't do any impulse buying when I saw them. I made consistent, calculated decisions for my day, and I ended up with 5 bags.
Yeah, okay, Connie, whatever you say. Putting aside your taste in fashion, I think it's about time that you started contributing to the family. Do you remember when your father was put in hospital?
No.
Yeah, that answer doesn't surprise me, to be honest. He was in that bed writhing with pain. They didn't let him out of that hospital bed for at least 2 months. Everyone was sure he was going to pass away.
I wonder what got in the way.
Seeing as no one thought he had much time left, we decided to have a little party in his hospital room. Everyone put money toward that party, including gifts and food.
Okay, how much do you want to talk my ear off? I already know about this party. I was there.
Fair enough, you were there. I don't recall seeing you any other time before that, though. Whenever there's food at some party, you're always conveniently there. I had a feeling you would show up at that day. But that is beside the point. There's a reason I'm bringing out the story. Number one, I didn't see you any time before that party. You didn't make one move to support your father. He could have died and you did nothing to help him. Number two, you didn't contribute a penny to that party, and nevertheless, you were still there. So, it's about time you paid back for that party by contributing to this international flight, don't you think?
Sarah, I've just had about enough of you now. You can try and guilt trip me all you want, but I know you're just jealous because I'm rich. I am going now. Don't bother me with this stupid request of yours.
I'm not even asking for much here. Oh, what a selfish woman. Hey, I need to talk to you about something serious. Can we chat?
You really are a nuisance, aren't you? How much are you going to bother me?
Well, I saw your son walking around late at night near in the neighborhood. It's really concerning, especially for an elementary school kid. Don't you think you should be worried about him?
Oh, please. He's just exploring and having fun. It's not a big deal. Kids need some independence. Plus, he has a dog with him, doesn't he? That thing will protect him from anything.
I understand that, but he's only in elementary school. It's not safe for him to be out alone at night. You know the types of creeps in this area? Someone might try and kidnap him. Aren't you worried?
He's a smart kid and he knows his way around. Besides, he wasn't alone. You said so yourself. He has a dog with him.
Still, it doesn't change the fact that he shouldn't be out so late. What if something happens to him? You're never gonna live down that moment. You'll regret it forever.
Look, I trust my son, and I trust his judgment. He's responsible, and he knows how to handle himself. Unlike the other type of wimps walking around these days, this kid is going to be a real man someday.
I understand that you trust him, but as adults, it's our responsibility to ensure their safety. Accidents can happen, and the world can be unpredictable.
Are you saying I'm a bad mother? I know my son better than anyone, and I don't appreciate you questioning my parenting. If you feel so strongly about it, why don't you just go walk with him yourself? The kid needs his exercise, and I'm not going to take that away from him.
No, I'm not saying you're a bad mother at all. I just think you need to find a balance between independence and keeping him safe. It's about protecting him from potential harm. You know what? If that's the way it has to be, fine. I'll do it. He's still my family, and I care about him. I can't bear for something to happen to him. You just sit there and enjoy your precious weekend.
You're being overprotective. Kids need to learn by experiencing things for themselves. You can't coddle them forever. You would know this if you had any children of your own.
You don't need to have children to know it's important to keep them safe. Honestly, I thought you would know better. Now, I have to be the one that actually takes care of your kid?
Fine, if it makes you shut up about it. But at some point, you have to give him some freedom to explore on his own.
Until I feel like he's capable and older, I'm not going to leave him alone. Trust me, I won't be doing this forever. I expect you to do it at some point.
Yeah, get off your high horse. Enough about me all the time. Let's talk about you.
What do you mean, talk about me?
The other day, you were spouting nonsense about Mom and Dad traveling to France or something. I think they should travel within America instead. There are so many beautiful places to explore here. Why do you think they should go overseas?
Well, they deserve a grand celebration, something out of the ordinary. Going overseas would be a unique experience for them. Plus, they've always dreamt of visiting Europe. They've traveled all around America. I'm not sure there's much more they can experience here.
Yeah, but think about the logistics. Going overseas would require a lot of planning, visa applications, and adapting to a different culture. It'll be too overwhelming for them, especially at their age. It's either travel around America or put them into a nursing home. Those are your two choices.
Come on, you're being unreasonable, Connie. They're still young at heart. They're capable of handling that stuff. They'll also get the added thrill of experiencing a new culture. It would be worth it. Stop acting like we need to put them in a home. They aren't that senile.
You clearly don't care about them if you don't worry about their safety. What if something goes wrong? Health issues or emergencies can arise, and being in a foreign country will complicate things. If they travel within the U.S., at least they're in their own territory.
I understand your worries, but they can always get travel insurance for emergencies. And let's not forget the memories they'll create by immersing themselves in a different country's customs and traditions. That's an experience they'll cherish forever.
You can't beat good old America. We got it all, the Grand Canyon to the vibrant streets of New Orleans. There's no shortage of amazing destinations right here. Plus, it's more convenient and safer.
America has got incredible places. I won't deny that. I'm a patriot too, but they've already explored a lot of the country. Going overseas would offer them a fresh perspective and broaden their horizons. It's a chance for them to step out of their comfort zone and try something new.
Fine. Have you thought about the finances on this one? Traveling overseas can be expensive, especially considering the cost of the flights, accommodation, currency exchange. Are you ready to spend the money for that? I already told you I'm not chipping a cent in.
Thanks. Good to know I have your support. Well, I guess I can't rely on you, so I'm going to go now. Hey, you! Just what the hell do you think you're doing?
Huh? What are you on about?
I know what you've done. I knew you were low, but I didn't know you were this low, Connie. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Ashamed of myself? For what? What are you even talking about? I'm really busy at the moment. I don't have time for your little tantrums. Get to the point already.
Can I ask about your son? Where is he at the moment?
You're on about him again? You love him so much, you may as well adopt him. He's at home for your information. Can you leave me in peace now?
Hold on a moment. You aren't getting off the hook that easily. Is he safe?
Of course he's safe. He's a man. Why wouldn't he be? If that's all you want to pester me about.
Connie, stop playing dumb. Why have you left him all alone?
He is not alone. I told you, didn't I? He's at home.
You're still trying to hide it? Let me just explain how I know you're lying. Today, as I was going to the supermarket, I passed your house on the way home. I saw a new game out for the PS5 and was thinking about getting it for your son. So I bought the game and I decided to head straight to your house. When I got there, I saw something that made me sick.
Hey, if you're going to start on me about the lawn, I've already told my husband to get someone to clean it. Don't blame me for that monstrosity. I've done all I can to get it clean.
No, you idiot. I'm not talking about your lawn. Your son was sitting all on his own on the front porch. He was grasping onto that dog for dear life. I have never seen him so scared before.
What a little wimp. I swear it doesn't matter how much I give him independence. He just never grows up into a real man.
Connie! He is still a kid, for Pete's sake. Give him a break already. You're expecting too much of him.
I don't raise little losers. This is a house of champions, and he should be one of them. So did you talk to the little wimp?
That's the last time you call him that. A mom shouldn't be making fun of her own child. She should be trying to raise him and boost his confidence. I did talk to him for your information. I found out everything that you've been doing. You should be a lot more in panic than you are right now.
Actually, no. If you knew where I am at the moment, being in a panic is the last thing I want to do.
You think I'm stupid? I know exactly where you are, Connie.
If that's the case, then you should know to stop bothering me.
How dare you say that? Do you know it's within my power to contact Child Protective Services about your son and get him taken away from you?
Don't you dare do that. You never mess with a mother and her family. That's the only time you're going to get a warning. If you knew what's good for you, you would let me get back to my holiday.
Fat chance of that happening. If you're going on a family holiday, why don't you take your own son with you? He's on that porch crying for his mother.
Oh, brother. So you're telling me he's crying now? How many times does he need to be told to be a man before he actually becomes one? I have no idea what to do with this boy. Maybe it's better if he does go into Child Protective Services anyway. My hands are tied. I don't know what else I can do as a mother.
I can think of at least 10 things off the top of my head that you should be doing as a mother. So why didn't you take him with you?
Don't treat me like the villain here. You have no idea what it's like to be a mother. I need a break from the kid every now and then, especially with all his clinginess. I told him this is a good opportunity for him to be a man. He thinks I'm going away for work, but actually, I'm out with my friend in Hawaii. We're having a great time.
You what? Your son is crying on the porch and you're over there getting his suntan? You know what, Connie? I've had enough. Your son is coming home with me. He's gonna get a bath and proper food tonight. We'll talk more when you get back.
Hey, what? Don't interfere with another mother's family. You have no right. That woman really ticks me off. Ugh. Oh well, I guess I'll go back to drinking my coconut milk. Hey, you. Don't think I forgot about yesterday. When I come home, I better see my kid on that porch. I don't want to have to come storming to your house looking for him.
Hey, Connie, not to worry. We managed to sort everything out, even if it wasn't with your help. Your son is in prime condition, and I returned him home safely.
So, you came to your senses, did you? Smart girl. You must have realized you don't want to invoke my wrath.
Is that what you think? I know I don't seem it, but you don't scare me in the slightest, Connie. I'm more disgusted than I am scared of you.
Just fess up already. I know secretly you're just jealous of the amount of wealth and luxury I get to experience.
Well, I wouldn't be relishing in that luxury and wealth much longer. It's going to be short-lived from this point on.
I see through your bluff. You don't impress me. Well, if my son is safe and home, then I guess I have no reason to be messaging you right now. Bye.
Your husband was the one that took him home yesterday?
As if I would believe that. You clearly don't know our circumstances. He's in Dubai at the moment, striking up a big business deal. He doesn't have time to come home and babysit his kid. You would know that if you were involved in his family. Let that serve as evidence that you don't truly know us.
Well, you're not wrong there. Originally, I didn't know that he was out of the country at the moment. I tried calling his phone multiple times, and I couldn't get through.
Who knows? Maybe if he was here, he would just ignore you. I'm sure he finds you as annoying as I do.
Well, you're gonna find me a lot more annoying now. Don't think I stopped there. The way you've been treating your son lately has been really getting on my nerves. No matter what I took, I needed to get into contact with him. In order to do so, I contacted your mother.
Don't tell me that woman spilled the beans. I am supposed to be her daughter. She's meant to be on my side. I can't believe that she would side with a hog like you.
Oh, settle down, Connie. You're in the wrong and you know it. So, I was in the dark before about your family circumstance, but now I know everything. Not only have you lied to your son, but you also lied to your husband, didn't you?
A couple of white lies here and there, nothing too major.
Oh, you're seriously trying to downplay it. Connie, your husband has been worried about your son this whole time. I don't need to tell you that he's been sending you messages asking for updates on him. He thought you were probably taking care of him. He had no idea that he was on his own. So that's why he canceled his trip to Dubai. He had no choice but to come back and look after his son because you didn't.
He actually came back? Oh, I wanted him to stay there a little bit longer. I wish I could have the house to myself for once.
I'd say there's a slim chance of that happening from this point on. There's probably a chance that you're never even gonna step into that house again.
What the? Why would you say something like that?
I'm sorry to break this bad news to you, Connie, but your husband isn't thinking of continuing his relationship with you much longer. He's thinking about getting a divorce with you. That's how much he's disgusted by your behavior.
Well, that's taking it too far, don't you think? This is only a minor issue. You can't get a divorce over something like this.
Maybe to you it's quite minor, but to your husband it's very important. His son is his legacy, and you put him in danger. To be honest, with all the things I know about you now, I don't know why he didn't divorce you earlier. Surely you can't be married to someone this despicable for that long and not realize.
Who are you to be butting into our marriage this much? You have no idea what goes on between us. I'm actually a great wife, for your information. I always make sure to look my best at parties. I'm the girl that shines the most out of all of them. He gets the privilege of wrapping his arm around me in front of everyone. That's a wife that not everyone can be.
Are you kidding me right now? You're saying that your only good qualities for being a wife is your looks? You're worse than I thought. People want more than just a pretty face, especially in a marriage. Two people are meant to love and support each other. They're meant to be emotionally supportive. Not only that, but when children are involved, they have to do whatever they can to help raise that child. Putting them in danger is the last thing a parent should do. You've broken a very serious rule, and I'm not surprised that he wants to get a divorce with you.
That selfish man. He doesn't know what's good for him. Here I was thinking that he was quite wise because all the money he knows how to make. He mustn't be that wise if he's going to throw this away. He can enjoy the rest of his life miserable on his own. My son and I are going to find a new daddy anyways.
I wouldn't be so sure of that if I was you. When I was talking to him, he said he was thinking about taking his son. He doesn't want him in your clutches any longer. Considering the amount of money he has, well, I'm sure he'd be able to do it too. He has a strong case against you.
What the hell is going on? Everyone is choosing war against me? Well, if it's war you want, it's war you will get. I am not backing down without a fight.
Connie quickly got her bags packed and headed straight to the airport. She didn't want to waste another second enjoying herself in Hawaii. With all her bluffing and tough exterior, it seems that she really loved her husband and didn't want to separate with him. In order to win his favor back, she had prepared a bunch of different souvenirs that she had bought in Hawaii for him. Unfortunately for her, none of them had any effect on him. He isn't interested in monetary things, especially in his wife. As the man of the house, he declared that she never come back there again. There was no compromise. He had set his mind on getting a divorce from her. Connie was given one last chance to walk through the home and get her things prepared. As she touched the items around the house, knowing that she never would see them again, her husband barked at her. He told her that she shouldn't touch another person's belongings. At this point, she knew how serious her husband was about never seeing her again. The terms of their divorce were a little bit messy and complicated, but in the end, she did not end up getting her son. The husband took her son into his custody. From that point on, that little boy grew up quite happy and healthy. Every day you can spot him in the neighborhood, walking his beloved dog. You can tell they're going to be friends for life. From time to time, you can see his father walking with him. It's a beautiful thing to see a father bonding with his son. Not only that, but protecting him from harm and making sure no strangers are talking to him. As for Connie, with nowhere else to go, she tried to go back to her parents' house. Because of her long history of disdaining them, they had no sympathy or love for her. She was quickly turned away the moment they saw her. She was not even given an opportunity to explain herself and what had happened. I guess that's what happens when you decide to turn your back on family, thinking you're above them. After that, she turned to my husband and I. Unfortunately for her, if I dislike her, my husband despised her. He was ashamed to call her his little sister. She came with a request of money, saying that she had nowhere to go and no way to support herself. Even a little bit would be enough. At that point, my husband reached into his pocket, scrounged around for some time, and pulled out some change for her. She was given a whole $1.50. My husband declared that she'd take his money and never come back again. She must have taken my husband's words to heart because that's exactly what she did. I will never forget the day she was skulking away from the house alone and defeated with her tail between her legs. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. If you enjoyed it, please remember to click the like button and see you in the next video.